Hello. Well, this segment, this video, clip, whatever, is baking brownies with Ryan while I talk about I have no idea what. So on a keto diet, I can still have these keto-friendly brownies. A little pricey, $6 a box, but that's probably just food inflation anyway. Ingredients, primarily almond flour, coconut flour, cocoa powder, blah, 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 chicory root, unsweetened chocolate, salt, cocoa powder. Yeah, nothing too crazy that I can't really have. Although one tip I heard from a nutritionist on YouTube is if it's pulverized, no matter what's in it, pulverization is generally not good, like super fine grain. So anyway, but I got the brownie mix, 3 eggs, some water, some olive oil. I use this glass tray to do it, and if I take out the pizza rack in my toaster oven, I got like a medium-sized toaster oven, these handles actually are just the perfect width to slide into it. Didn't come with the toaster oven, but I found this at a thrift store, and it was just the right width to use it, to be able to slide it in and suspend it in my toaster oven. So that thing works pretty well. So, I haven't done a cooking video in a while. I'm a little out of practice. Put a little olive oil in here. I use an extra egg. That seems to help the consistency, and they come out pretty darn sweet. And if I want to, I could add, if I wanted to, some of this keto cocoa. I usually just kind of wing it. I just kind of do it, you know, a dash of this, a dash of that, and it all comes together. So what's the topic for today? It is a little difficult to bake brownies and converse at the same time. Politics has been interesting these days, what with Trump and all facing 91 felony counts. I went over to my neighbor Barbara's last night for tea, and we talked a little bit of politics. Not too much, but I think the spectacle of Trump's trials with all the Republicans and on the stand, making him look terrible, but it's fellow Republicans, you know, that's going to be an interesting spectacle. I don't want to talk about politics. You know what I'm thinking. Cut open the bag. Alright, we got powder. Let's bust out our 3 eggs. Look, I love a bargain. 50% off. One of them's broken, so I got 17 eggs for the price of half. Are any others broken? I think just the one. I wonder if it's even usable. And that's stuck in its tray, so maybe I won't try that. There we go. Some organic eggs. Free range organic eggs. We're going to do 3 of them. Oops. Shell in the mix. 1. Open the trash can. Number 2. Oops. I'm clumsy today. I've only had snackage today. I haven't really had breakfast. Had 3 pieces of bacon and thick shells. I've definitely noticed that organic eggs have thicker, stronger shells than the shitty caged up hen version that have super, very paper thin shells. Oops, another piece in there. Alright, 3 eggs. I'm going to put a little MCT oil in there, just a dash. I can't do too much. It'll make the consistency a little runny. And I'll lighten up slightly on the water. Very slightly. Now let's mix. This keto brownie mix actually mixes up very quickly and pretty thoroughly. It's about my 5th time making these in the last few months. I can make a tray of brownies last about a week, maybe 5 days. Once I get into them though, they get gone quick. But I try to, when it comes to sweets, I often employ the out of sight, out of mind trick in general, so I just don't see it. I'll hide foods behind other foods, you know. or put them way in the back, low on a shelf that just doesn't pop out at me every time I open the fridge. And that seems to help. Man, there we go. It's almost mixed up already. Brownie mix. And I already put a little olive oil in my glass baking pan. That's it, man. That is a fast process. Pour it in the pan. I know I should have the camera aimed down to what I'm doing, but this ain't that kind of a show. So I was just outside building part 2. It's kind of the end of my Labor Day weekend, or middle day on day 4. Today's Monday, Labor Day. I just came in from building, changed my shirt, cleaned up a little bit, cooled off a little bit from framing. And I was thinking, you know, what project am I going to get into? And I realized I'm going to get into a brownie project. So at least get that going, especially before it gets too hot. It's 85 degrees. Humidity's not terrible. It's sunny and beautiful. I mean, it's a gorgeous day. It is the perfect day to be barbecuing and hanging out at the beach on a Labor Day, but I'm not doing that. I'm kind of working, but I'm not going to kill myself with the labor. I'm going to go at a reasonable pace because it is day 4. Yesterday was, I didn't get in, you know, a crazy number of hours, but yesterday was hot. And, you know, when you just absorb solar radiation, even with the hat, you know, even with fans blowing on me whenever possible, it takes a lot out of me. So I'm not going to work as hard today in general. I'm going to go at a reasonable pace. And I just hit a stopping point. I'm out of lumber, essentially, or at least certain types of lumber, 2x4 studs of the right length. I bought 16 of them, 12 of them, I don't remember, yesterday or day before yesterday, and just went through them. I bought some 10-footers for rafters, but I was one short. But I have the basic, you know, frame in progress. So it was a good, productive weekend. I could do some landscaping outside, but again, trying not to kill myself. I might go out into the garage port and do some cleanup, or maybe just like vacuum out my truck and wash the windows, or I could pull some weeds, or I could just sit on the deck, although now it's blazing sunny on the deck, so that'll have to wait till sunset. It's about 1 p.m. I think right now, noon to 1 p.m. But temperature's pretty nice. We need some more breeze in here since I'm about to fire up the oven and get these brownies in the oven. And then clean this bowl with my tongue. Yeah, this works pretty well. Oops, you probably can't see it, but this just hangs in the toaster oven. It's a very dirty, greasy toaster oven. Had it for years, it works great. All I think anyone needs, even an accomplished baker, can do a lot in a decent quality, decent sized toaster oven. I can do up to medium sized pizzas in that, which I don't do anymore because I'm not doing pizza crust or anything like that. I suppose it's possible to find a keto version of pizza, but yeah, that doesn't seem likely to me. Not a good one that's truly healthy. And then one of the other things I allow myself to indulge in, my favorite brand is gone, but like these fat snacks, which are keto friendly, they're not perfect. They do have a teeny bit of added sugar. But the other brand, I mean, that's the first time I bought those. For the last couple months, I've been going with the brand that they carry at my local Fry's Food and Drug. And but they've been out. First the flavors, the options dwindled. Now they're completely out. I hope they're not discontinuing them because they really had zero sugar. They were totally tasty, no grains in them whatsoever, very low cal in general, and they were delish. But I'm having to mix it up and be flexible as brand options change. All right, I think that's it. I'm gonna cook these brownies for 20 minutes roughly, and maybe clean my kitchen up a little bit. Thanks for baking with me. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Or is it these brownies you're looking for? They came out looking pretty good. Don't burn my ear on the hot pan. Looking forward to eating those bad boys.